The other thing that has changed very much for a person like me who's been here for a long time is that donor agencies have changed. Earlier, donor foundations had people who knew what poverty was. They knew how it worked. They knew why, a hand up for them, a leg up for people is necessary, because all of us got a leg up. Our grandfather or our father or somebody got a hand up at some point of time. We forget that. And earlier, foundations used to have people who came in with that experience. They came in knowing what the rural child was going through, or the rural health situation was, or the rural housing was. They came in with that knowledge. That changed. And now, from the 2005-2006 onwards, we found that, the people who were coming in here were people with professional degrees, not with a grassroots experience. Therefore, what they wanted and what they asked for became different. So people like us who were, from the grassroots and who were coming in from there, we found that it was difficult. Our ideas looked so simplistic, our ideas looked so inconsequential, because we could not answer the questions they were posing to us. Our knowledge of the grassroots, when we gave them stories, they seemed like, we were wasting their time. So that change was a major change in our lives. How do you present the situation? If you know what I'm going through, then you empathize with me. But if you come from a different picture altogether, you have 5 minutes for me. And in 5 minutes, I cannot tell you what is in our blood and what is bothering all of us, what is keeping people, suppressed and oppressed. What are we doing for them? How can we, as people who got an education, how can we do something? We don't get into that kind of a dialogue at all. So we get stuck in this 5 minutes of, an elevator pitch and, do this, do that, tell me what it is, and, you're wasting my time. So, this thing of, getting into and under the skin, having a narrative imagination, that went off. Okay, and that I think was a very difficult thing for organizations which have been there for long. Newer organizations adapted to it, and they said this is what they want and this is what we can give them. So you could manufacture anything, and now with AI I think it's become worse, because we were reaching a stage when people are manufacturing anything and they would give them data, they would give them impact, they will give, and people like us were left behind because we didn't know how to create reams and reams of data for them to look at, and we didn't know who was looking at it. I remember saying, our teachers are here to teach. They are not here to do your, 45 parameters, to fill in 45 or 45 pages. But that didn't happen. So somehow, those who wanted that kind of a thing said that they are not the right partners for us, and we had to move on. The second thing, and I'm still with the fundraising picture, we used to have people who realized that, patient funding was needed for things that are, chronic and, cyclical and, entrenched. So when you're looking at problems like that, it is not something which can go away with saying, 2 saal ke liye I'll give you funding and then you make it sustainable. This is not a 2-year sustainability plan that you can have. This is a plan that you can have if you say, okay, there is patient funding, we'll work together and we'll see to it that things can happen. Okay.